Honorable Men Discord, Serena Williams weight loss. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. So, Serena posted photos of her in the gym with her new figure. And so, some people love it. Some people are concerned. My thoughts on all of it is, as long as she's doing it the healthy way, so be it. As long as she's doing it the healthy way. I don't really have thoughts on it because if she just wants to work out and get thin, she wants to work out and get thin. I would only have an opinion on it. I would only have an opinion on it if she's doing it the unhealthy way by maybe taking Ozempic or something like that. I don't know how healthy Ozempic is, but I would prefer anyone who decides they want to lose weight, if they're doing it the healthy way, taking long daily walks, hitting the treadmill, jump rope, wearing a sweatsuit, things of that nature. Now, does that always work for everyone? I don't know. If the person's consistent, I don't see why it doesn't work. Obviously, also in addition to that, changing the foods that you eat, that helps also. If you do a combination of those two things, then I don't see anything wrong with it. I know people are not used to seeing her this thin, but hey, as long as she feels energized and healthy, I don't see a problem with it. The only thing is that I ever have issues with, which is still a person's individual prerogative, is when people do things like they unnecessarily butcher their body and alter their body, alter their face. That's when I have an opinion on that. But that's just me personally. I don't recommend anyone go under the knife unless you're doing it for health reasons, where you're just preventative reasons, because it may affect your health in the long run. But if you're doing it for cosmetic reasons, I'm never a fan of that. I was never a fan of any type of cosmetic surgeries that you're doing just to enhance your body. Now, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Now I know someone's going to jump off the roof where, those women with the BBLs. I would never tell a female she should get a BBL. But do some of the BBLs look good? They do look good, some of them. They catch your eye. Now, I mean, maybe they just look good with the clothes on it. I don't know what they look like without the clothes on it, but they catch your eye. Not all BBLs look good, by the way. And I don't want to digress and talk about BBLs, but regardless of the fact, I would never tell any female that it's a good idea to go under the knife for cosmetic reasons. But as far as if she worked out and she did it the natural way, then I think it's fine. I saw some comments when people were like, "Oh, she was known in tennis for that figure. People bought tickets." I saw it was on X, and I was reading different comments about it, and someone was like, and this photo's from X, by the way. Someone said, "Oh, her figure was what made her stand out in tennis. That's why people bought tickets." I don't know why someone even would bring that up, because she's no longer competing. Now, who knows? Maybe she came down to this size to see how she would perform at this size. We may never know. If that's the case, I'm all for it. I want to see how she would perform it with a different body type, because she was excellent when she carried weight. So what would she be like at this size? I mean, you're seeing her abs and everything like that. So I think it would be interesting, actually, if she did make a comeback at this size. Honestly speaking, that person, I would actually say that person's incorrect. Although people did tune in maybe because she was unlike anything, or I shouldn't say thing. She was unlike anyone that was out there in tennis as far as figure and performing at a excellent rate, dominating. She showed power. She looked powerful. She had, the muscular arms and things like that. But with that being said, with her in this shape, I'd like to know how she'd perform on the tennis court. That's me personally. But I'm just gonna go into two things that I have queued up here with two different guys speaking on it, and then I'll speak a little bit further.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever one of you want to use. Whenever you seen this, you seen it. But I'm telling you now, this is fixing to shock the world. It's finna move the world in a different direction. We were just going to this right here. That right there, we were just going to that. Now we're going back to this. I guarantee you, the black culture is not finna do this too much longer. She was once the face, no, still is top tier face of the culture for women. That body made women want BBLs. That body right there made women want to start getting BBLs. And she just changed up the game. She just changed the game up for everyone. Not just for the black culture, for the whites, Mexicans, whatever. This changing the game, I promise you, I can guarantee. Bro, she made women want hips and butt. She did. Nobody else. She started this shit. Hey. And she just lost it all. And for you ones, no, she's not sick. She wanted to lose that herself. I don't know what the industry done put in her brain. For her to do that, it's something. Something got to be up. But boy, I can tell you this. She just changed the game. BBL's been existing, 10 years at the most? This used to be the 80s, 90s, early 2000s look. This was finna take over the world. And she just, all that rotundness, that plumpness is gone. Look! Sticks from stones. Say what you want. Again, I'm not bashing her at all. I love me a nice, petite, thin woman. I say so myself. But I'm just trying to inform y'all early that this is coming back. Promise you. Walk my word. This is coming back. That's gone. Watch. Y'all think everybody in the gym now. Y'all think everybody in the gym now. They really finna be in the gym. Man, watch. Hey, peace, love, and happiness.
So, fellas, do you think he's on point with that? Does Serena have that much eyes on her from the females? Do you think that she could change the game, as he mentioned, as far as females will look to her for I guess like that example of how they should look? You think females are looking at Serena Williams like that? I mean, I have no clue. If any females come across this episode, let me know your thoughts. Is what he's saying, does it have some truth to it? You think females are going to look at Serena and her weight loss and say to themselves, oh, I'm too thick, now I got to slim up, I got to hit the gym and come down in size? I don't know. It's possible, but I don't know. I don't know how much of this is a word I'm looking for too, but not presence. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. It could be for some women. The same, you can say the same thing for what things that Beyonce does and things that Cardi B does. There's always going to be a group of women, I guess, that follow those individuals that's going to try to mimic what they do because they idolize them. So it's possible what he's saying is has truth to it. But who knows? Let's get into the last clip.
The show today is black by popular demand.
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
Be yourself, own who you are, and just black is popular, and it's culture, and it's changing culture. It's been changing culture for decades.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this may be the most hypocritical shit I've ever heard in my entire life. This woman has a bleached face, injected lips, and a blonde wig, stressing the importance of being yourself and being black. Ladies and gentlemen, we're officially in the Twilight Zone.
All right, so that had nothing to do with her weight. But I will say this. One, she doesn't look bad. Okay? She doesn't look bad. But the only thing I'm going to say to this is that, you know, in my opinion, black women need to just relax with the blonde hair. I mentioned this on a previous episode months ago. Now, on occasion, if you want to switch things up for a special occasion and you put on the blonde hair, so be it. There I go saying so be it again. I don't know if the Clips album is just running through my veins right now at the moment. But if a female wants to wear blonde hair on a special occasion, go for it. But I'm just not a fan. And I blame Beyonce for this, because Beyonce's at the head of this. All right? Beyonce's at the head of this. Serena's doing it. Who else is doing it? Who else has blonde hair? I don't see Megan wearing blonde hair. At least I don't think so. Black women, just embrace your hair color, please. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not bashing you for wearing the blonde hair. I'm not bashing you for not wearing your natural hair, although I would prefer that. But wear your natural hair color. All right? On occasion, the little streaks, okay, I get it. It looks good. I'm not saying it doesn't look good, but embrace your natural look. That's just my opinion. I don't know how other guys feel about it, but just embrace your natural look. And just to keep it in context with Serena Williams. Serena Williams, if you lost your weight naturally, congrats, because I know it took a lot of work to get there. If you know you didn't do it naturally, Serena Williams, be careful, because those fast weight loss diets or whatever it is that people are using out there are dangerous for your health, your overall health. And to sustain it, I don't know what women are doing to sustain that weight loss. I don't know if they're doing it naturally in a healthy fashion. I don't know if they're seeing a nutritionist, you know, or dietitian. But just be careful. That's my thoughts. And I don't recommend women going under the knife for cosmetic reasons. You know, if you're doing it because you were burned, you have a scar or something like that, that can be considered cosmetic also to a degree. But if you're doing it because, you know, reasons like that, unnatural reasons, then I get it. But I don't recommend women just going under the knife. But as far as her weight loss is concerned, I don't see anything wrong with it. Again, I stand on what I said. If she's doing it secretly for a return to the court to play tennis with a different condition, a different size, I'm all for it. I would definitely tune in. And trust me when I tell you, the world would tune in also. You know, like I said, that person on X said what they said about, oh, she was known for her figure, and that's what sold tickets. People wanted to see, you know, her voluptuous shape. Although that may be true, people were also tuning in because she was dominating, and they never saw anyone like her or her sister Venus. That's why they tuned in. You know, it was just their story was interesting, and their performance was alluring. You know, that's why people tuned in. But that's my take on this. What's your take on this? Do you think it's it's a problem that she lost this much weight? You know, this is just all people's opinions. Because at the end of the day, Serena's married. She's her own individual. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It just matters whether or not she's doing it the healthy way. And for those people that are constantly jumping out there saying, oh, it's her body, it's her body. Yes, absolutely, it's her body. But one thing I do have to say is, yes, it's everyone's body, it's everyone's decision. But if people are doing things in an unnatural way, that is reason for concern, and people should speak out on it, particularly close friends of hers and family members. Because at the end of the day, if it's done unnaturally, and then, God forbid, something happens to her, all those people saying, oh, it's her body, it's her body. Obviously, it's her body. But I think the mature thing to do as adults would be to just show your concern. And I'm saying that for her friends and family members, obviously. Because the general public, Serena, I don't really think really cares what the general public thinks. Although when they say negative things, she somewhat cares, because no one likes to hear negative remarks from the public. What's your thoughts? As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.